why is it that all RPG quests are so unrealistic? I mean, in real life, if a wizard asked me to go collect 10 bear asses, I'd tell him to go to the bear ass store himself. I got dragons to slay, man. Welcome once again, nerds, to the Clips channel. This is a smaller portion of a much larger video called The Week in Nerddom that happens over on the main channel. This portion is specifically the gaming and tech portion, where we're going to be talking about brand new things in the world of gaming and tech. So like new computer things. We don't really get too deep into that. I feel like the guys over at Linus and Gamers Nexus and such cover that fairly well. So we'll get the broad strokes there. We'll get in a little bit more deeply in the gaming side of things, so new announcements, DLCs, etc., etc. And then, you know, we're going to suggest some things for you to try out between now and next time you come back. So thank you for joining me. Let's get into the news. If you're like me, then there's a very strong potential that you have something like, I don't know, Cannibal Corpse and the original Broadway soundtrack of Phantom of the Opera on the same playlist. And if that does sound like you, then I have absolutely the perfect merch item specifically just for you. Not you, you. I dropped a new design in the Nerd Store. You can go check it out, link in the description. It is one that I am absolutely incredibly proud of. It's for the true multi-talented nerds. It's got the Phantom himself, the Phantom of the Opera, looking mysterious and theatrical. And it's got the text that makes you look like you're in a death metal band. So how can that not be amazing? It is kind of the ultimate secret handshake, right? It's telling the world, yes, I love the soaring melodies of Andrew Lloyd Webber. I also really like pig squeals, and I am definitely willing to debate you on either of them. So this is my most recent declaration of sophisticated and multifaceted nerddom. So if you really want to rep the channel, you want to support what's going on here and wear your weirdly specific tastes right there on your chest, you can find this design on shirts, on hoodies, on a bunch of stuff over at the store. Once again, linked in the description. Follow-ups and corrections for gaming and tech. Any follow-ups in the world of gaming? I'm not seeing anything here, so our KD ratio is still flawless. I'm gonna just call that one a win. In new trailers this week, be ready to be stalked by the personification of evil, because Friday the 13th and Predator Hunting Grounds developer IllFonic has officially dropped the new trailer for their new Halloween The Game. Repetitive. The trailer is dripping with classic John Carpenter atmosphere. IllFonic's track record with atmospheric horror, asymmetrical horror rather, is if that's anything to go by, this is going to be absolutely a terrifyingly good time. In regular ass news for gaming and tech, for your weekly dose of don't hold your breath news, Bethesda's John Bombro, has detailed that Elder Scrolls 6 is still the main focus for Bethesda, and you shouldn't begin to think about Fallout 5 until after that. So go ahead and clear schedule for sometime, I don't know, let's be generous, 2032? In news that is sure to make even hardened PMCs cheer, the brutally realistic Escape from Tarkov is now going to be, leaving its long-standing early access period. While an exact date hasn't officially been locked down, developers are targeting a full release soon, which means it might be time to finally escape from Tarkov into version 1.0. And it's time to dust off your D20s, because Wizards of the Coast just dropped a new Unearthed Arcana for D&D, and it's got some seriously apocalyptic subclasses that feel tailor-made for Dark Sun campaign. This is playtest material, so it might change. If you've ever wanted to play a cleric in the apocalypse, well, now is your chance, apparently. Back over into video games, there is a major shakeup over at Bungie, as CEO Pete Parsons has resigned from the company. This comes after a period of reported turmoil for the Destiny developer, and fans are definitely watching closely to see what this means for the future of the franchise. And also, whatever the hell's about to happen with Marathon.
subscribe. That is all.
In a move that is either some sort of stroke of genius or the beginning of Skynet, my money's on Skynet, Meta has licensed Midjourney's AI image and video technology. This means that the powerful generative AI that creates those hyper-realistic, very much easily identifiable as Midjourney, deeply weird images could soon be integrated into things like Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and probably your smart glasses, which I don't even want to know what kind of Pandora's box that's going to open up. And for those of you with a Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo has announced, actually Tecmo Koei, or Koei Tecmo, however the hell that's organized, has announced that the next chapter in Hyrule Warriors saga, The Age of Imprisonment, that we've been getting trailers and such for, will be one of their 3 big playable demos this year at TGS, the Tokyo Game Show, for those of you who are uninitiated. And we have a big change up in the fighting game community. The FGC, Sony has sold its ownership stake in the legendary EVO, Evolution Championship Series, better known as EVO, to Nodwin Gaming. I don't know if I've ever heard of Nodwin Gaming, though Nodwin's parent company is still kind of Sony, so they kind of sort of sold it to themselves. It's a major shift for the biggest tournament in the FGC, and everyone is waiting to see exactly what this means for the future, though, like I said, the parent company of Nodwin Gaming is still Sony, so I can't imagine there's going to be any major shifts. And that brings us to suggestions for the week. If you are still feeling that itch for a horror video game because of the Halloween trailer, well, then look no further than the Friday the 13th game. It is not currently available for sale, but I'm sure you can find other ways to get your hands on it. And also, the official servers are not active, but the fan community is still active, and there are still ways to play the game. So if you have the opportunity, as it were, then I absolutely recommend you play that one and wait for Halloween and Hellraiser, actually, to come out later this year. Thank you very much, nerds, for tuning in. If you want to level up your nerdy, geeky, pop culture knowledge, then don't forget to subscribe and do all of the things. Go check out the main channel, Generally Nerdy, for the larger portion. Again, you get all of the sections into one convenient video over on Generally Nerdy. The name of the show is The Week in Nerddom. Thank you for checking out this clip. We will see you next time. Before we go, though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, probably here.